The leader of a Ku Klux Klan group in Virginia, a guy named Frank Ancona, is rather hilariously trying to remake the image of the organization. I don't know how you could do that. That's like trying to remake the image of Nazis or remake the image of the Gestapo or just something universally understood as ridiculous and stupid and immoral and unethical and murderous. So he said to a local news station, quote, "We don't hate people because of their race. I mean, we're a Christian organization." Yes, you are indeed a Christian organization, but you also called yourself a Christian organization as you were lynching people on a daily basis. Didn't really stop you from lynching back then. It turns out that these guys never actually picked up the Bible and read any of the things that Jesus said about loving everybody and caring about the poor and the sick and the downtrodden and the this and the that. They liked calling themselves Christians, but not actually acting Christ-like, as so many Christians don't like to do. He continues, he says, quote, "Because of the acts of a few rogue Klansmen, our Klansmen are supposed to be murderers and want to lynch black people, and we're supposed to be terrorists? That is a complete falsehood." Well, actually, the definition of terrorism is doing some sort of violence for a political purpose, and that's exactly what the KKK is. That's what they've done throughout their entire history. They've done violence against minority groups, against immigrants, against black people, because they believe in white supremacy, which is a political goal. They want to have a white ruling class, essentially. They want to keep black people down. That is the very textbook definition of terrorism. It's not a complete falsehood. It is completely true. And I love how he says it like it's just three dudes in the Klan who went awry. Like, yeah, the rest of them were going door to door and handing out Girl Scout cookies. No, it was pretty pervasive. It was the overwhelming majority of the people in the Klan. Now, they've also been passing out flyers at night that say, quote, "The KKK is not the enemy of the colored and the mongrel races." Talk about a self-defeating comment. I mean, that just using the terms colored and mongrel racist show that you think of them like they're inferior. Show that you think they're the enemy. Or else you would just say, minorities. We're not the enemy of minorities, or we're not the enemy of Hispanics and African Americans, or Hispanics and black people. But the way you worded it was literally the worst way you could have worded it. Actually, that's not true, because they could have used the N-word, but they're close to it in the way they used it here. They might as well have said it. We love colored folk, and we love mongrels. Now, if that was too subtle for you, it gets even more in your face. He says, quote, "We want to stay white. It's not a hateful thing to want to maintain white supremacy." Actually, yes. Yes, that is a hateful thing. That is almost the very definition of a hateful thing. He's like, no, we don't hate people. We're just saying that white people are superior and black people are inferior. We're just saying that whites are superior and everybody else is below us. But we don't hate anybody. We're just saying that we're above you. We don't hate you. We're just better. Oh, okay. Now that you've explained yourself, I'm sure, everybody understands. And hey, who knows? Maybe some black people will come sign up to join the new and improved KKK tomorrow. Look at how pathetic this guy is, man. I mean, it's gotten to the point where the KKK, they're just this joke now. They're this relic from a previous generation, from a more primitive, barbaric, Neanderthalic time. Believe me, we're still not there to, treating African Americans, treating minorities right. I mean, there's still some major pervasive problems, and there's still a lot of racism, both overt racism and subconscious racism. But, I mean, this is just a leftover from, early 1900s. Just the ideology makes no sense. It's full of contradictions. You pretend you love Jesus, but you don't do anything like Jesus would do. You act like you're superior as you are showing that there are plenty of white people who are inferior. What's great, the huge paradox about the KKK and about white supremacists is that they are the living evidence. They are the living proof that there are plenty of white people who are inferior to black people. Because look at you, they're running around in their goofy white capes and dresses and hoods like they're dressing up like they're 12 years old and it's Halloween. They're drooling on it. They got the cross-burning ceremony. They're all drinking beers and blowing farts and talking in broken English. They none of them have even graduated from high school. And they're all the while claiming that they are the superior race as they are acting in an inferior way, and they have a really stupid, really inferior belief system. I mean, it's crazy, man. Whenever you read anything about the KKK, I know this is how I respond. I would imagine a lot of white people agree with me. We recoil. We're almost like, oh, you moron. You're making all of us look bad. Look at you. Look at you. Because you don't see this as much with black people, you know? Like, the Black Panthers are not like the opposite and equal to the KKK. The Black Panthers actually fight for a lot of good things, like social justice, for example. Like, they're out there doing some decent things. So are there black supremacists? Maybe there's a few. But there's not like this organized movement of a bunch of idiots who have this ideology based on absolutely nothing. There's nothing factual about it. And they're like, nope, we know we're better. We know we're special. That's right.